see Night Haven Labs will be the first one up. The map that's scoring, given that fact, big shock. We're going to go back with the hard breach denial bans we saw earlier. And it resulted in a, I believe it was round 1 of that series, in fact, that kind of packed it within the first round because of a Mira. Well, this time, the Hibana opens the walls, but then serviceable and excellent for Vert, but, well, they are the second and third players to fall.
Round here from Los. C4 ripped and ready from Dash. He can send that out at his leisure. There's a little bit of damage over toward Darsley, but Zoto is going to freeze things out for a good portion of time. Bring what is going to be a rather inevitable end to the round. Lider lands one shot. Can he land the second? Still got all 4 players to chew through if he does. He's got the time to do it, but Loss. They've given him something to play with now, and instead they're just going to go for that sort of distraction factor. Lider does pick. Take a little bit here. Dafo still not really giving anything up, and with only tin openers, it's not an ideal route for a Monty to start.
Some support. Easily could be a 4v3 if they find this player outside the window, but oh no, the Goyo almost slips the net, but down just outside of Pantry, trying to join the rest of the defense, and now perhaps the most important piece of that. Before Angry Men feeling generally decent getting a 3v3 and having this utility remaining. Ooh, if that C4 landed.
There are going to be players occupying space around him inside of Exo, and unfortunately he wasn't aware that Nuxka was just tucked in. Ahead of everybody else, it seems, and Los can just continue to start to draw back and make this even more painful, even more punishing. Gotti will be the next player to fall, and well, Dafo, he's going to clean the last as well, straight through that soft Exo hatch that was. Slip himself back into electric, but no one's. Forget this isn't top floor defense, so all the time that has been wasted upstairs is time well spent as far as he's being watched here and takes a good chunk of damage. That's just going to further assist the Azami and Dark Eyes playing in IT.
Just waiting, knowing that there's nobody going to drone this with 35 seconds remaining. No chance. Maybe Darsley uses a flashbang, and, well, he could if he wanted to, but being the last player standing, it doesn't really matter if he uses a flashbang or not. Oh, he's actually kind of forced back because the air jab. Interesting.
It's very decisive. I wouldn't be surprised to see one come at the end of round 4. A lot of teams like something that Los have done before already, so anticipating that that's going to be something that's done again. Now trying to deal with these Denari trips that Perez has been
trying to disrupt this. So much value just from these tripwires. Really impressed.
Try and enable this sort of push. It's so telegraphed right now that really, we've spent all our utility on it, we may as well try and make something happen, or are they going to hit a rotate, or are they not going to be given a chance?
Well, I mean, we saw earlier on Night Haven Labs, pushing through this exact same breach. TX will get 2, make that 3 as one wide swings. In the 1v2, it's not as dominant as it might otherwise have been. With Dark Eyes on low HP, that RX does a lot of damage, but you got to find the gunfights first. 4 in a row for Los, and, you know, before him still had some good remaining utility, particularly that snake.
Seeing a bit of a flooding at the moment in through Animus. If they're just going to try and use the lifeline and the blitz to make something happen here, it could get quite messy. Rockstar finds his first of the game so far, but that looks like a lot of site control to me, Lynx.
A lot of, because now the Thorn, not really a lot of great options. Actually, did she get him with the Razor Bloom? Surely not. That's crazy. Darsley does find another, and it is 4 AM with the advantage, but that is a nasty find, and I've never seen a race. And they're starting to drop bodies. The Hibana and Gotti both low, but I don't know if they can find this planter in time. It is a straight-up 2v2, and a blitz in low time is not the player you want. Now it is just Rockstar behind the pillar. Got his first kill, and will not get any more than that. Dark Eyes with 3, but perhaps an MVP late.
Sides of his brain there. The Razor Bloom being used to try a favor. We're going to be attacking into the mid floor right now again. We've not
then any openings you don't otherwise need to, especially as the zombie 5 Kibas generated. Perez having all of his Kibas, still all 5 in pocket, by the way. This is looking like a really tricky position. Great coordination between the Clash and the Warden. Now we just have the DMR tagging on, looking for some action. I mean, it's kind of
a pitch at the bottom, and you've got Dash throwing C4s left, right, and center. You're going to need to give us a little bit more than just going through your...
No sound. No sound either. No sound.
Oh, it's better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Roubado, tá ligado?
É, roubado.
Vou jogar Jingle Glass então.
Então
O,
comigo.
na tanque ele tem uma 1-3-1 que vira 1-4 muito rápido.
E o cara
então-
começa a água e desce rapidão água. Pela água ele desce.
É, eu anotei pra gente fazer o semi-garagem e a gente pode começar a nossa caçada pela água, entendeu? Daqui a gente vai
It's like a small touch that I really appreciated from Eden, especially since obviously going down that takes you mental a little bit.
There's not a lot of useful things that you can say
No,
at
there
that
really isn't.
moment.
Now, Shock Drone's taking down a lot of those F-Nauts quite early. No! Oh! Almost gets from your window. Body blocked, unfortunately. Though I think it's...
The SAL teams anymore is that sort of rush strat. It's far much more structured than that. Dark Eyes, he's in the mix right now. Takes down Lider. He was lining up a shot over onto Electrical earlier. Gotti. And it's going to be Gotti tasked with trying to hold on to it. What a shot over onto in Rockstar's hand.
Last one just escaped, and 4AM maintained their advantage. Both Dapo and Nux stuck around the electrical generator side. Oh, Rockstar just peeks around the corner. Gotta be careful about taking this fight. DMR might be strong, but the shotgun will melt you against the wall. Azami close around the corner. No way he gets away with that. Azami trying to land the trade. Ace almost lining them up, but the Bender gets it. Now stuck in the 1v1. He's got info on the Azami's position. Might just land the pre-fire, but no, TX good for it. A nail biter towards the end. That continues here. It only takes one. Only takes one overperformance or crazy.
Electrical, but doesn't need to be there to sort of line it up and follow it in. Can instead make his own path. It's going to be Dash taking down Gotti to start things off, and Perez just hits some beautiful timing.
Oh, so it's
as
over.
Dash finds himself a third, and Rockstar.
Our first series of the day. He's found a gap. Spots one. Dark Eyes put to low. He's got at least the first, but with one player around the corner, it is not going to happen. 7-1 will do. Not all that different from a 7-0. It is just as dominant in the grand scheme of things. And how Nighthaven Labs has changed for 4 Angry Men.